Break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Hey, what time is it?
It's showtime! Look, it's showtime!
Am I late?
We were just about to begin without you.
It's showtime!
Oh, this will be great.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Dayton drivers keep on crashing, colliding into homes and stores. Every week, another thrashing leaves the building feeling sore. Our city streets, complete madness. How did it become this way? I don't get all the confusion between the gas pedal and the brake. This Miami Valley madness is hard to comprehend. Drivers smashing Dayton buildings, such an ugly trend. People, we must take a stand. Cars out of control, crashing through the city of Dayton. That's a house, not a drive-through. Crashing through the city of Dayton. Put your stupid cell phone down. This ain't the time for a Snapchat. So reckless and wild. Crashing through the city of Dayton. Crashing through the city of Dayton. Crashing through the city of Dayton. It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. You know, whenever I come in to do the show, I get set up. I got all my news stories right here, stacked, all efficient, all ready to go. And then once in a while, I get a message moments before the show is about to begin. And it throws everything into a tizzy. We have to pivot, as they say. I got a message from a friend of mine, Aaron, and he sent me some pictures of a car that has crashed into Day Air Ballpark, home of the Dragons. Yeah. Now here's the good thing, and I'm waiting to hear back from Aaron so I can share these pictures. I always ask before I share pictures. I want to make sure that I have their permission because I don't want to get sued. But the good thing about this, and hopefully you'll see this, the car, and it looks like it was an SUV. It didn't actually hit the bricks of the building. What it hit was one of the metal garage doors that are on the side of the ballpark. And I want to say, looking at this is probably, let's see, that would be Monument Street. And it looks like a car just swerved. Something happened and smashed right into one of the metal garage doors and missed the bricks entirely. That was quite the driving feat. And I would love to know if the driver intentionally thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit this building. Let me try to hit the garage instead of hitting the brick wall. Because if that's what happened, it sucks that you hit a building, but way to go for not ramming into the bricks, because that could have caused some real problem. And from what I'm being told, my contacts down there at the ballpark, no injuries. So that's good news. But if you are keeping track, that is number 69 for the year. 69 for the year. Tonight on the show, we've got a 4-pack of passes for the Land of Illusion Aqua Adventures. Just be listening for the fat guy doing a belly flop. When you hear it, you'll know it when you hear it. And no, it wasn't me doing the belly flop. Just be the sixth caller at 937-957-1290. Also, it is Wing It Wednesday. Now, last night we had some folks here from the Salvation Army. It was Wing It Tuesday. We already had somebody booked tonight, but they needed to come in, so we did it last night. But tonight, we have 2 folks coming in, buddies of mine from Carillon Historical Park, Leo and Alex. They're going to be talking about Railfest at Carillon this weekend. It's a big deal. It's a tradition. It'll be fun. So they're going to be on after 6:30. But I wanted to start, originally I was going to start the show with this story. Over the years, we've had stories of people being arrested for stealing Legos. And this is a big deal because, and I didn't realize this when I first started seeing the stories, there is a black market for Legos, like Lego sets. We've had stories where people would go into like a Target. They would steal boxes of Legos. They would bring them home. They'd take because all the Legos come in like plastic bags, right? So you pull the plastic bags out, and then they would put macaroni back into the box and return it to the store. They'd seal it, and that's a crime. I mean, that's one way of committing the crime. We've had other people just shoplift right from the retail store. We've had some break into stores in the middle of the night, cut holes in the ceiling and drop in like Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible and steal huge numbers of sets of Lego. Well, this story is about a guy, a 28 years old, down in Texas, Watauga, Texas. The police department there, they arrested this guy. And I want to say this was maybe either earlier this year. Oh, it was in 2025. Here we go. 2025. He went on a 50-day retail theft spree. 50 days. And he stole $37,000 worth of Legos from Target. The story here is what he was just sentenced to. Okay, so think about this. It's a crime. It is a crime. It is a crime. But he's stealing Legos. This guy is going away for 45 years. 45 years in prison for stealing Legos. And all I can think of is that when you get to prison your first day, right? And you're filing into the prison, and you've seen it in the movies. Right? You see it in the movies. You see the newbies come in. They're walking down that long stretch, that hallway. You got all the the convicts on the side, and they're whistling and yelling. And you're in there, and you're in there with killers. You're in there with rapists. You're in there with child molesters. You're in there with bank rob. You're in there with the worst of the worst. And you're sitting around the TV room watching TV, and they're like, hey, what are you in for? Well, I killed my family. What are you in for? I robbed a bank. I robbed 10 banks with an AK-47. Oh, my gosh. What are you in for? I stole Legos. I stole Legos. And for 45 years, this guy, he's going to have to sit there ruminating on the fact that he's lost all freedom for, if he doesn't get out early, for 4.5 decades because he stole Legos. Meanwhile, there's a 19-year-old in New York City who admitted to setting fire and severely burning a homeless person who was sleeping on a New York City subway. So the homeless guy, he's sleeping, and this 19-year-old starts a fire and throws the fire on him to try to start this homeless guy on fire. He admitted to the crime. He was sentenced to 66 months in prison. 66 months. So this guy tries to set another human being on fire. 66 months. Oh, and I'm sorry. 3 years of supervised release. And then the other guy, 45 years in prison for stealing Legos. That is crazy. That is crazy. But if you got any thoughts on that, 937-957-1290. We got some mail.
Knock off the jaw jack, and it's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The faggot.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
I wonder if you're allowed to have Legos in prison. I wonder if that's one of those things that you can have. I'm not sure. I know that you can have some items, but I don't know about Legos. If you'd like to shoot me an email, eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Hey, Todd, love the show. Listen every day while I'm making deliveries. Like you, I'm a big soccer fan and I've been loving the World Cup. I came across a video on Instagram this morning. I thought you'd like it. It's the true origin of the word soccer. The Brits love to make fun of us Americans for using it when they refer to it as football. Maybe this video explanation will help end the ridicule. Take care, Brett in Centerville. Well, thank you, Brett, for the compliment. Yeah, that has been a long-held sort of battle. Why Americans call it soccer and why the rest of the world calls it football. And I've watched this video that Brett sent me, and I actually knew this, but I thought this would be fun to share, given that the nation is overcome with World Cup fever.
Would you say soccer or would you say football? Football, because you are correct, a true red-blooded British lady. Did you know the word soccer was actually coined by none other than the English? Are you prepared for the etymological history of the word soccer?
Yes, I am, but I'm mad about it.
We English, we love shortening words.
We do. Yeah.
Unnecessarily. So let me take you back to the 1800s. Association football, as it was called, was shortened to just ASSOC. So people start saying ASSOC. And in the late 1800s in England, particularly in Oxford, there was a fad of adding the word to the end of some words.
ER.
Thus, as soccer was born here in England. It was about the same time, so in the 1800s, that football, as we know it, was growing in popularity across the pond. Already in America, though, was the popular sport American football. That already existed. So the term soccer was adopted because they were like, that makes sense. But then we dropped the term. We dropped the slang term soccer. We stopped using it in the mid-20th century and we started saying football again, but nobody told the Americans. So we spread it over there. We changed the rules. We didn't tell them, and now we laugh at them when they call it soccer. So there you go.
Wow, that's thoroughly unpleasant.
Yeah, so there you go. I thought that was kind of interesting because I grew up with the same argument. It's not football, it's soccer, it's football, that kind of thing. And in fact, it was the Brits who came up with soccer. So there you go. You learned something.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
"45 years in prison. Holy cow. Here's the thing. It's like, I agree, Harvey. I mean, I'm not saying that it's okay that he stole Lego, but I mean, 45 years. Now, I guess it's possible maybe he was like he had been previously convicted for something. I don't know. It didn't say that in the story. Hey, can I talk to you here?
Flag football becomes an official sport in Ohio. I'm latest at 5. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Oh, well, go have fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. Ian, my producer, question for you.
I may have an answer for you.
Have you seen the movie Blair Witch Project?
I have.
Okay, so this movie
I'm
came.
a big fan.
You're a big fan?
I like those found footage films.
So this movie came out in 1999, The Blair Witch Project. Yep. And for those who maybe don't know, the story is there are 3 college-age students who I think are film students. And they decide to go camping in some woods that are supposed to be haunted by the Blair Witch. And they bring film equipment, and they go through the process of trying to tell a documentary about this or do a story. And they end up missing, right? And that's part of the legend, and that's part of the scary part of it. And there's all kinds of moments in the film where it's terrifying and whatnot. Yeah. Now, the key is that in 1999, there was no social media. So when it came out, there were people, and I know this for a fact because I was sitting in the theater in Huber Heights Showcase watching this with a group of folks where some thought it was real. They thought that this was 100% real because they didn't really promote it ahead of time with the stars of the show.
That's so awesome. The
people appeared. They didn't do talk shows or anything until after like a week or two the movie had come out. So there was all this buzz like, oh my God, is this real? Is this real? And I feel like that's what made the movie so memorable.
Agreed.
Right?
That's awesome.
Lionsgate Pictures has announced they are remaking it and will release it in September of next year. And they're calling this a new vision that will reintroduce the horror classic for a new generation. And I feel like it's not going to have the same effect.
It won't.
Because we already know that it's not real.
It absolutely will not. It's
not
gonna...
And wasn't there a sequel too? There was a sequel, but it had nothing to do with the 3 kids in the woods.
Well, no, it did. It did. One of the guys that went missing in the woods, his younger sister is taking up the mantle to go find him and these people and this group in the woods.
But it's been a long time since I've seen it. But I didn't really think it had much to do with. So it did. It did have a little bit.
I believe so. Yeah.
Huh.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah, I think the younger sister goes and tries to find her brother and the rest of the group.
Wow. All right. Well, that's interesting. We'll see what happens next year. It's supposed to come out in September 24th of next year. The Blair Witch Project remake.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
With Todd? Okay, yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Cal, I don't remember. Oh, really, Heather? That's funny. Not that you felt duped, but I remember sitting in the movie and afterwards walking out to the car with our group of people, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I never heard anything about that. That's crazy." And I'm like, this isn't real, right? And they're like, "What? No, it's real." I'm like, no, it's not. It's not real. Oh, that's hysterical.
Talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Jump it!
Oh my God. Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, that is the cue to call to win tickets to Land of Illusion Aqua Adventures. The Fat Guy Belly Flop. Be the sixth caller at 937-957-1290. You'll win a family 4-pack, and those could come in handy here in the next week or so. The temperature's supposed to shoot through the roof. Be super, super hot. So be the sixth caller right now, and you're going to score those tickets. Coming up after 6:30, it is Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. We're going to have Leo DeLuca and Alex Heckman from Carillon Historical Park. Big event going on this weekend. It's Railfest. It's been going on for a long time. It's a lot of fun. If somebody in your life loves trains, maybe you got a grandchild who really digs trains and gets a kick out of them, that's the place to be, and we'll talk about it. We have a cavalcade, let me start over. We have a cavalcade of breaking the law news.
Breaking the law, breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Well, Friday, we had our All the Best Delicatessen remote, and we were basically on that day talking about all the great food there at All the Best. And then Monday, I had the night off. So I've got like 4 or 5 days of crazy breaking the law stories, and I've got to get through these. Otherwise, I'll just never get caught up. So here we go. Here's the first one. This one is from England. This happened, I guess, last Thursday. Police say a man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. And this is weird. After a 3-year-old boy ended up in the crocodile enclosure at a zoo. So this was in, Cambridge. A toddler sustained serious injuries and was in critical but stable condition. It did not specify how the injuries had been inflicted or whether they were from the crocodile. There's some strangeness with this story, and they don't really go into all the details. 30-year-old man from Norfolk, England, was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. Did he lift this kid into the enclosure and drop him in there and just said, well, let's see what happens? Is that what he did? And it apparently, according to the story, the child and the 30-year-old man didn't know each other. There was no connection. This particular zoo is a family-run farming business. They've got crocodiles and alligators on display. Oh, and a tea room. Well, it is England, crying out loud. It's home to more than 100 animals, including lions, tigers, sloth bears, capybaras, meerkats, and crocodiles. Holy cow. So I'd be curious to know if this guy just dropped the kid into the enclosure. Said, come here, kid. Drops him in. That's strange. This is a naked story. Let's go ahead and play our naked open.
First, we both get naked.
Let's get naked.
Why are you naked?
I didn't know you were naked.
He saw me naked.
I think we should get naked.
Be naked.
I am naked.
So this happened near Boston. Cops say a dog walker was out with their dog. They were walking along a popular riverside trail when a naked man appeared, I guess, out of the bushes and started to attack the walker. But he also started to attack the bull or the dog. It was a pit bull. So this naked guy attacks the pit bull. Of all the dogs you would think maybe don't attack, a pit bull would be it. The officers arrived at the scene and they found the suspect, of course, still nude, was taken into custody without incident. The dog walker says he grabbed the pit bull and tried to choke the pit bull. So just picture that in your head. Naked guy trying to attack a pit bull. That's never a good idea to attack a pit bull, but certainly not a good idea when you're naked. This story, I think, this one came from Clinton, Edgehead Clinton. This happened in Oklahoma City. Cops say a man allegedly attempted to dig under a prison wall, not to get out, but to get in, so he could see his incarcerated girlfriend. So this guy, let's see, his name is Jake Minervini-Blue. That's his name. Jake Minervini-Blue. He's 32. He used a shovel to dig under the Oklahoma County Jail. He allegedly told authorities that his girlfriend was inside the jail, but then later changed his story and said he was just trying to plant a flower outside the prison. Police ran the man's identity through their database and learned, oh my gosh, he had an out-of-state active warrant. So he was arrested. The police released a statement. As he was being booked, detention officers discovered he had a ferro rod used for building fires hidden inside his rectum. This guy had all kinds of stuff going on. Wow. But he was reunited with his girlfriend behind bars, so that's good. This story is from Kentucky, and let me open up my Kentucky news here. Where is it? Where is it? I'll find it. Here we go.
Did he get busted again? Full on Kentucky Fried Redneck.
This is wild country. He's a criminal.
I heard that they're calling him the Redneck Robber.
We'll get him.
This is mass madness.
Well, this here Kentucky, my friend.
Well, 2 Kentuckians are facing felony charges after a search of their car turned up narcotics, some of which were being carried inside a bag that read on the outside, definitely not a bag full of drugs. So yeah, they and actually I saw the picture. It looks almost like a cosmetic bag, but in this case, it was holding their drugs. 51-year-old woman Tricia Crowley and 48-year-old Damon Bennett were collared by Laurel County Sheriff's detective, who looked in their car and spotted a plastic baggie contained which suspected narcotics. And yeah, the bag. And here's the thing. They also misspelled definitely on the bag. So they had drugs in the bag that said definitely not a bag full of drugs, and misspelled definitely. So just a suggestion, don't place illegal items in a container labeled bag of drugs. Not a good idea. So there's a couple of good ones. Oh, and here, this is last one. This one is my favorite, actually. I had this last week. Cops in Santa Catarina, Brazil, say they recently responded to a report of a 12-year-old girl who disappeared near her home. This was around 1 a.m. on June 1st, not long after her disappearance. Parents began receiving texts from the girl telling them that she'd been kidnapped and her life was being threatened. Terrified that their daughter might lose her life, the parents contacted police and an investigation began to locate the victim and the kidnappers. The next morning around 11 a.m., the missing girl started sending her parents messages again, this time asking for a particular sum of money as ransom. She told her parents that the kidnappers would kill her if they didn't pay up. A few hours later, though, before the family could arrange the details of the ransom, police located the girl in a house on the outskirts of their small town. To the surprise of the officers ready to confront the girl's kidnappers and rescue her from their clutches, it turns out there was no one to confront. The 12-year-old victim, in air quotes, was located and in no apparent danger. During questioning, she admitted that she made up the kidnapping story just to extort more money out of her parents. Wow. A girl was taken into custody and accused of committing the crime of extortion. No word on if any charges will be filed, considering the fact that she's 12. That's like the beginnings of a criminal mastermind. You got to watch out for her. She started early. She's going to stick with it. She had a little success, maybe a few little missteps, but she almost got away with it.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Gutsy 12-year-old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's a criminal. She's a future criminal. Boy, that sounds good. Spaghetti, meat sauce. Oh.
News Morning Show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning on your way to work.
Dayton's news and talk.
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO. Dayton, Springfield, WHIO FM, Pleasant Hill.
Get ready for the first heat wave of the year. We'll have the latest at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
What's his name? E-L-O-N, Elon Musk. He is a real-life superhero conquering Mars. He's lightning with a flamethrower riding electric cars. E-L-O-N, Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
So you remember like a week or two ago, we were chatting here on the show, and the big news of the day was that Elon Musk, the world's richest man, made the big leap from billionaire to trillionaire.
Trillion with a T.
Yeah. You remember that story?
Yep.
It was like a big deal, or at least I made it a big deal here on the show. Well, I saw this story. Unfortunately, Elon's time as a trillionaire, short-lived.
Oh, no.
Yes. Ian, my producer's like, what? How could that be? I'm going to explain it. So he became a trillionaire when they did the initial public offering of SpaceX. And it raised I don't know, $950 billion or whatever it was. On top of what he already had, it made him a trillionaire. On that particular day, June 12th, that's when it went on, the shares went on sale, selling for anywhere between $150 and $225 per share. That made him a trillionaire. However, since then, according to Bloomberg, recent market fluctuations have caused the stock to plummet by over 30%. So now he is he's no longer a trillionaire. He's only a billionaire at $957 billion. Yeah. And you got to feel for the guy. I mean, to have that sort of those accolades for just a brief moment, like he was walking around, I'm a trillionaire. And then just pulled right out from under him.
Life's not fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Business Insider reports that the decline in SpaceX stock is part of a broader tech sell-off amid concerns over an AI bubble and rising interest rates.
Has anybody started a GoFundMe for him to try to make up the difference?
I feel like somebody should. There's all kinds of good causes out there for a GoFundMe, but I feel like this is probably the most important.
It gets you in the feels. It really does.
It does. It does. I mean, I can't imagine feeling you have something and then it disappears. It's like, I remember I had a job and somebody said, we're gonna give you the morning show on this particular radio station. And then a week later they changed their mind and it was taken out from right under me. And that's what he feels like.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. That trillionaire status, no more.
Yeah, my TV conked out in the basement last week, and I haven't been the same since.
Now
So
you should.
I can feel what he feels.
You should do a GoFundMe for your TV. I'd promote it right here.
You'd
on
be the first donator, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I
You'd
would.
be-
I
yeah,
would.
thank
Well,
you.
poor Elon.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Franco the Foodie. That sounds interesting.
Showers overnight, low of 62. For Thursday, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and storms. High temperature of 80 degrees. On Friday, scattered showers and storms on and off throughout the day, high of 77. Similar story into Saturday, scattered storms possible, high of 79. On Sunday, storm coverage will be isolated. We'll see more sunshine and more heat, high of 85 degrees. Into Monday, mostly sunny, high of 89, heat index of 95. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton Severe Weather Station 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Latest scan, the Doppler 7 radar, sunny and nice this afternoon. No cloud cover, but not bad. 77 in Fairport, 80 in downtown Dayton at 608. Traffic sponsored by Crisper Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes. An additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at CrisperTire.com.
News in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
WHIO is all news.
Dayton's News
all talk.
And talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Just want the radio on. Okay, I see we need to kill 2 hours.
Who is this clown? First name, Todd.
That show, off the radio?
Do you listen?
He makes me laugh.
He's tolerable.
You can hear for yourself.
5 o'clock every day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Hey, who wants to have some fun? I do. Now, you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Coming up after 6:30, it is Wing It Wednesday. Got some guests coming in from Carillon Historical Park. Leo and Alex scheduled to appear. And we're going to be talking about Railfest this weekend. Big annual event out there at Carillon Historical Park. And Wing It Wednesday, of course, is sponsored by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. So I'll be excited to talk with them about Railfest. have an update. Well, it's not much of an update, but it's a little more details on a story I talked about last night. I think I talked about this. I talk about so many things I forget. Ian, my producer, you were here. Did I talk about the missing giraffe in Texas? Do you remember? I did.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a giraffe down there named Gracie. It's about 3.5, 4 years old. Gracie is between 14 and 16 feet tall, and she was living on a ranch about 100 miles northwest of San Antonio. Now, she's fairly new to this particular ranch, and this ranch has a number of other giraffes, okay? So the owners say that at some point in the last week or so, Gracie has disappeared. Gracie is lost. And they've put out an APB on a giraffe and are asking people to keep an eye out for this giraffe. They've even offered a $5,000 reward. Now, as I said yesterday, I don't know if there's a do not chase policy like Stella, the dog that was lost a month or so ago in Beaver Creek. They were very adamant, do not chase. Don't chase her. I don't know what would happen if you chased a giraffe. But the sheriff's office there issued this public alert asking residents to watch for the animal with distinctive round ears. And I thought that was funny because why would you need to give a description about the ears, right? If you see a giraffe out there, roaming around, I would think you would be like, I think that's the giraffe. Or would it be, oh, wait, the missing giraffe has rounded ears. This one has square ears. That must be the different giraffe.
Yeah.
So you don't call the cops.
Now, I feel like this should go without saying. I'm not sure if this is a wild animal. So if it's too dangerous, don't stick your neck out for this giraffe.
Hang on for a second. So what they say is that Gracie escaped. Her escape occurred after she ventured to a hillside for feeding, an area where the ranch's other giraffe don't usually go. She made her way to a corner of the property near a canyon with where there's an 8-foot tall gate. But despite the 8-foot tall gate, Gracie ended up on the opposite side. Well, she could just 8 feet. I don't know. Are giraffe's legs 8 feet tall? Like, could she just step over it? Or maybe she leaped over it. Gracie ended up on the opposite side and wandered into the surrounding hill country terrain, characterized by rolling grasslands, springs, and canyons. Ranch officials say the steep hills normally keep giraffes contained within the valley, but not Gracie. Police investigated a tip yesterday after someone shared photos showing a giraffe roughly 4 miles from the ranch. Wow. I would imagine that a giraffe could make good time, right? However, the pictures were several days old and Gracie wasn't in the area when searchers arrived. Again, they're offering a $5,000 reward. This isn't the first time a giraffe has escaped from Cedar Hollow Ranch. They have a problem. Why don't they put like one of those Apple AirTags on these animals, or some sort of GPS system? I mean, there's a lot of places on a giraffe you could strap one of these, right? If you've had problems with the giraffes getting loose in the past, maybe you should prepare a little bit. 937-957-1290 is the telephone number. I saw this story. This is an odd one. Has to do with an Arby's restaurant in Oklahoma. Now, I'm just going to tell you, it's a little gross. It's gross. But this is what's happening. An Arby's worker in Oklahoma has been charged with spitting in the food of a customer, an alleged contamination that the female victim says resulted in her contracting oral herpes. Ugh. This happened in March. The customer ordered 4 sandwiches at the drive-thru and waited for her food. Cops say while the order was being prepared, a female Arby's worker spit in one of the sandwiches. Arby's surveillance video shows the worker remove meat from the slicer, then lifts to neck level and leans her head down, and you can see the saliva leave her mouth and go into the sandwich. Wow. The woman then continues making the other 3 sandwiches and sending out the order. The customer ate one of the sandwiches and shared the remaining food with her relatives. Not long after consuming the food, the customer says she developed symptoms of oral herpes, an oral herpes infection, including painful lesions and cold sores. She claims she tested positive for herpes simplex virus type 1. Suspecting that her food may have been contaminated, the customer contacted cops, telling them that rumors were spreading in town that the Arby's worker had bragged about spitting in her food. After serving a search warrant on Arby's for surveillance tapes, investigators sought to question the worker, but she ducked them. Finally, she told cops she wasn't going to waste time answering questions, then admitted she did in fact spit on the food. And she's been charged now with poisoning food with intent to injure, a felony. So this worker spit on the food, and now the customer says she got herpes from that. Can that happen? I mean, I guess it could. But what a weird story. Charlie in Bellefontaine. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, Todd. Interesting topics again tonight.
Well, I try to keep it, people guessing.
You do that. So the Giraffe Park one we're talking about.
The Giraffe Park? Did you say Giraffe Park?
Yes.
Okay, that was a good one. I like that. Giraffe Park.
Put it together.
Yeah.
But what was it? Just maybe 10 years ago, where Zanesville area, where the private zoo got loose or turned loose. That's still what we're the conspiracy.
The story that I always heard is that the person who owned that, I wouldn't call it would you call it a sanctuary? I don't think so. That he released all the animals and then took his own life. And I don't know what prompted that, but that's what happened. And then all these animals were on the loose, and law enforcement was down there trying to, hunt down lions, tigers, and bears.
I'm surprised they haven't made a movie about that, because that's pretty bizarre and real. I cannot even imagine. But, I think that made them, the laws are a little stricter now as far as.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they are. I think they are. But especially with animals that could be deadly. And I know that most, many wild animals could be deadly. I don't know about a giraffe. I mean, I guess it could kick you, and that would be pretty painful. But I don't know if giraffes are, generally, evil or not evil, violent animals.
I just remember, what is the animal park up there by Lake Erie? We've gone through where you drive through the safari and the giraffe.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Literally, yes.
Yeah, I forget the name of that. I remember going through that when I was little. I do remember that, but I don't know what it's called.
We had a sunroof and grandkids, and the giraffes were like sticking their heads down in there and grabbing whatever they could.
They seem pretty docile. Pretty docile, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I got to fly, Charlie. Appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-957-1290.
Please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy? Where did he come from?
Maybe he escaped from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I mean, this guy is something else.
That's for you. Keep listening to the radio.
On WHIO.
Busy day for the president at the White House today. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, we're going to go have some fun, aren't we?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Coming up after 6:30, we have Leo Deluca and Alex Heckman from Carillon Historical Park. They're here for Wing It Wednesday, and they brought some tasty wings. Though they're from BW3, I was thinking that you've got the Carillon Brewing Company right over there, Carillon. No, I'm going to get to you. You don't talk yet. It's all right, Leo. But that's coming up after 6:30. And of course, Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by the good folks there at My USA Credit Union. We have a Florida man story.
Florida man shines with every single crime, stupefying and delicious. Some might even think fictitious. Florida man is always ambitious.
Well, we've had a number of stories over the last several months of guys that try to steal emergency equipment. I remember we had a story of a guy, I think it was in maybe Minnesota, where, he sees an ambulance, the lights are on, the medics are trying to help somebody inside of an apartment or something, and he hops in and just takes it for a joyride. This has happened a number of times. We've had stories where people have hijacked fire engines. I remember talking about that on the show. And of course, police cars. That's the most common. But this one might take the cake. A Florida man who crashed his truck on I-75 in Hernando County, Florida, is facing charges for the crash and also for trying to steal a medical helicopter that landed at the scene. The driver was reportedly traveling northbound on 75 shortly after midnight last Friday when he lost control of his pickup. Florida Highway Patrol say the truck veered off the road, struck another vehicle, overturned in the woods. 2 people inside the second vehicle were injured. They closed the highway down, and a medical transport helicopter was called and landed there to transport the patients. However, troopers said that while fire rescue crews were working with the 2 patients for the helicopter, the driver of the pickup ran past all first responders at the scene and then hopped into the cockpit and tried to take off in the medical helicopter. That's got to be a first. He was not successful. No word on whether he actually knew how to fly a helicopter or just thought it might be a fun try. After his arrest, the driver told officials he lost control of his pickup after seeing what he called the Antichrist. Moments before crashing, he was taken to the hospital under a police escort and then booked into jail. Florida man, he never fails to deliver, does he?
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
All right, everybody, say hello to my guests. We've got Alex. That's Alex on the left, and then Leo on the right. And they're here to talk about Railfest.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Of course. Well, I'm happy to do it. We actually have a real hardcore edgehead is Dennis Gilbert.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just talking on the live stream that he has his Lego train layout ready to go.
He absolutely does.
Yeah.
He's a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Dennis has been part of the Rail Festival since the very beginning.
Yeah.
It started back in 2006.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
The amount of effort and time he puts into those
It's been,
displays
this is
amazing.
20 years.
Yeah.
And this is the 19th year.
Ah.
We missed 2 years, one because of COVID and one because of construction at the park. So this would have been our 21st event, but it's our 19th.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about all of the good stuff that you guys are doing.
I wasn't sure if we were just on a minute ago. That's why I started talking.
Oh, no, you're fine.
We're on the Facebook Live, so
Gotcha,
they can
gotcha.
see us
Yeah, good.
on Facebook. Hello, Facebook watchers.
Yeah.
But we are not on the actual.
Yeah, you're not on
radio.
the air.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just remember to
Okay,
get
my
close
ear.
to the microphone, Leo. Real close.
Hello.
Yeah, that's right, Heather. Dennis got a shout out. Big old shout out. And we don't take calls, so you don't need headphones. I just have them so I can hear what's going on. Yeah. So, yeah, Railfest.
Good time.
You coming?
I have so many things going on this weekend. I know that sounds like a cop out, but I'm going to see what I can do. I wouldn't mind going.
Sure.
Can you hook me up?
Yeah. We'll put you on the
Yeah.
media list. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's
I used to go with
good
my
visuals
son.
too.
I used to go with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went a number of times when he was younger. I mean, it's been a while since I've been to it, but I used to take him out there every year, and we'd go ride on the train, and the little one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which scale is it? Is that 1/6?
They call it 7.5-inch gauge.
That's it.
And then we have a large train is 3-foot gauge.
Yeah. Yeah.
The standard gauge train is 4'8" inches
Yeah.
across.
I can see why you want to skip it.
Well, no, but I mean, I actually wrote a note down here about going and what I was going to ask.
Oh.
So I'll bring that up.
Okay.
So we'll see. But
Some good visuals there.
Oh, I know. And I've got an even better idea for a visual. So just hang tight. Hang tight.
Cheese on a train.
Todd, is Carillon Park actually nonprofit?
Yes.
Yes.
We are a private
It is.
nonprofit.
It's a private nonprofit.
Actually.
Somebody was asking on the live
It's a
stream.
tax status, not a business model.
Right. Yeah.
Privately funded,
Yeah.
nonprofit.
That's the way a lot of museums are. You
Well,
know?
it's interesting because when they have had the government shut down, every time that happens, most sites are shut down. But
Right.
because
An Air Force Museum.
Right.
but because we're not, even though we're a component of Dayton Aviation Heritage National Historical Park, and we're proud to be, we are not federally funded, so we don't close down.
Right. Yep.
And we have the Wright Brothers National Museum.
Yeah. I had a dream a long time ago that I wanted to create a Dayton baseball, like a little Dayton baseball history museum. Because I had collected a bunch of baseball stuff from Dayton's history. And when I got tired of moving it every time I moved, which I went through a period of time where I was moving, I just ended up donating it all to Wright State, to their archives.
Oh, interesting.
And so there's stuff in there from almost all of the professional minor league teams that Dayton had.
Wow.
Scorecards, ticket stubs, photos, autographed baseballs from the Dayton Indians, and then some Dragon stuff, like the very first ball, the first base bag from the first game, and bats and different things. So we could talk more about that later, because I have some feelings about that.
Were the Dayton Indians a farm team for the Indians?
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're gonna have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just going to wing it?
I think I'm just gonna wing it.
Wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube, and it is Wing It Wednesday. Opportunity for a local nonprofit to come in and talk about the great stuff that they're doing in our community. If you happen to be a nonprofit, we have a couple of openings left for this year. Only a couple. People have been flocking to this, which is kind of cool. Just reach me at eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Joining me on the show tonight for Wing It Wednesday, again, sponsored by my USA Credit Union. We have Alex Heckman and Leo Deluca from Carillon Park. Leo's been on the show before. I don't think I've had you on before, Alex.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure to be here.
This is the first time. And they are here to talk about Railfest, which is happening this year. And this has been going now on for almost 20 years, right?
That's right. It started in 2006, and it's this weekend. It'll be our 19th event.
So this is such a cool event. I was telling you guys off the air that when my late son was younger, we used to go out for Railfest. He was a big fan of trains and Thomas the Tank Engine and all of that stuff. And we always used to we rode on that the train. What did you call it? The 4.5 inch?
7.5 inch gauge.
Yeah.
Small scale train. Yep.
Yeah. It's like one of those trains that sometimes you see billionaires have in their backyard where they can, I think Disney had one. Walt had one at his house.
That's right. Yeah.
You just ride around and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's really neat. You sit on top of it. It's about a mile worth of track back there for that size train.
Yeah, that's
around
fun.
since '88 too.
Yeah. So Railfest is going on this weekend. It kicks off Saturday morning at 9:30.
That's right.
And then runs until 5 that day, and then again on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4.
That's exactly right.
So let's talk about if people show up for this. What are they gonna get for their price of admission, or what are they gonna see?
It's a great question. So we keep our admission prices the same for this event as we have the rest of the year, and so they get into the entire museum complex where we have lots of real train stuff, train cars to walk through and locomotives. But during the Rail Festival, the place is just filled. The whole campus is filled with every type and style of model train that you can think of. There's like the little teeny tiny trains that each car is about the size of your thumb, all the way up to where each train car is about the size of a loaf of bread, to kind of give you an idea. And
like
everything in between.
Well, when I was a kid, my dad was an HO guy. I was an N scale. I had an N scale layout.
Those
and
are the
then
small ones. Yeah.
I had some friends down the street that had O gauge. So we were kind of all covered there on our street.
That's amazing. Yeah, we have Z gauge, N gauge, O, HO, S, G. I mean, you name it, it's there. And then on top of that, we have both train ride activities going on throughout the day. And our entire ballroom, the beautiful Eichelberger Pavilion, is just filled with railroad merchandise for sale, railroad more railroad displays and
so it's not just the exhibition of these trains and the train layouts, but it's sort of like you've got vendors there. It's like a train show like they used to have. Well, I remember going to train shows at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds when it was just down the road from here with my dad, and they would have auctions and big train shows and all of that.
One of the groups that's involved with Rail Festival is the Division 3 of the National Model Railroad Association. and they still do a big train show in early November at the new Montgomery County Fairgrounds.
That's probably what it was.
Yep, yep. So they're there. So many great people, so many great railroad groups and clubs that are represented. It's just it's just a great time.
Well, you know, the showpiece, the center showpiece now at Carillon, you've got so many great things. You know, you got the Wright brothers playing over there, and you've got Newcomb's Tavern. I mean, there's so many wonderful things. It's that locomotive, that steam engine. Yeah. Talk about the inception of that and the process of putting it. I mean, because that, you know, what an undertaking. Yeah. To try to put a train through a park that is already established, and you've got to navigate through buildings and around buildings and through this and through. I mean,
I can mention briefly. I mean, we like to say it's the largest civil engineering project that was ever undertaken there since the very beginning of the park. When they developed it, you know, you may recall the park was originally swampland, river bottom land. And so it was this huge engineering project to turn it into the beautiful green space it is today. But then since that time, the development of that large scale train, I mean, we had to move 2 different buildings. We had to build retaining walls.
Crazy.
Just crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. This year marks 175 years since the first passenger train arrived in Dayton.
Wow.
And the Jane Ellen, which is the locomotive of the Carillon Park Railroad, is modeled after the Cincinnati, which is one of the first locomotives to pull into Dayton. It was what was called the Cincinnati, Hamilton, and Dayton Railroad. And so when the park was founded, Colonel Edward A. Deeds, who's the founder of the park, the namesake of Deeds Carillon, he wanted a locomotive from that era, around mid-19th century. Unable to find one, he decided to build a scale model and went all out on it. And we have that still.
Yes,
that scale model, and that debuted in 1954. So the park referenced this model in building and designing the Jane Ellen, Carillon Park Railroad locomotive, and so there's an anniversary in that too.
That is amazing. I mean, to think you said 175 years.
Correct.
Yeah. Now you did mention before we went on that the scale of that train and the track gauge interests me, because I know at one time in this country, one of the things that was a challenge for the railroads is that many of them had different gauges of track.
Yes.
So not all trains could run on the same track, right?
You're 100% correct.
So was the train, is this the same size from back then, or
our train? We wanted to have a realistic size train going around all these real Dayton exhibit buildings and not have it look tiny like a zoo train.
Sure.
That's why we went with the 3-foot gauge track. That is a true narrow gauge. So those are still used, like especially out west, like in the mountains.
Right.
Sometimes they're used in like industrial factories and things around the world. So we have a 3-foot gauge train, but as what you're referencing is all the groups finally got together and determined a standard gauge, which is 4 foot 8 inches.
Right.
So that you're right. So that
what
you
a smart thing that was.
Right. Let's finally be able to go. Well, that's how time zones were developed too. You know, was because of the railroads. Like it used to be that multiple cities or states had their own time. You know, what was noon in Nebraska wasn't noon in Indiana and everything else. And so the railroads are the ones that helped to develop the, time zones.
Right.
You learn a lot if you hang out with this guy.
I know. Well, that's why I love hanging out with you guys. We had lunch last week. I learned a whole bunch.
It was delightful.
Yeah. So we've got the rides that the people can go on, but I also know you've got the passenger cars, right? In the big pavilion or the
James F. Dickey Family Transportation Center.
Yes, the transportation center.
Center.
Yeah. And these are some really old.
Oh,
you know,
and there's a 1903 parlor car that was built right here in Dayton, Ohio by the Barney and Smith Car Works.
Yeah.
Some of your listeners might remember when Dayton Children's Hospital was called Barney's Children's
I remember.
Home. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Because the Barney and Smith was all over in that area, and they were very philanthropic and started helping to start up that hospital. But my point is, this car, was just one example. They shipped these cars all around the world, beautiful railroad cars. And one really great Dayton history story is that the Barney and Smith Car Company started building wooden railroad cars in 1849.
Mm-hmm.
But as what Leo mentioned a moment ago, we didn't have a railroad until 1851, 175 years ago. So for those first 2 years, they were just very entrepreneurial. They built these railroad cars and shipped them by canal down to Cincinnati and sold them from there. So to me, as a history nerd, it's pretty fascinating that one form of transportation, the canal, is basically carrying its replacement, out for sale.
Yeah.
It kind of spelled the doom of the canal system. So all this is going on. I mean, we have all of our interpreters that share the history with railroad fans that are little kids, the railroad fans that are anybody from 2 to 102 years old can get something out of it.
That's the great thing about that hobby, is that it really does appeal to people of all ages.
I think, yeah. And some people don't realize this, but in the James F. Dickey Family Transportation Center, it is also home to the oldest existing American-built locomotive. The John Quincy Adams is in there. So we have a lot of old firsts.
Yeah. It almost sounds like he's making that up, but it's true. There are rail fans that come from all over because we have the oldest American-built locomotive on exhibit at Carillon Park in Dayton, Ohio.
Of anywhere.
Really? There are two in Baltimore that are 1 year and 2 years newer than ours. But what he was referencing earlier was this idea that Colonel Deeds could not get a Civil War era type locomotive like he wanted. So his friends that were in charge of Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Company are the ones that lined him up with this ancient locomotive from 1835.
Right.
And it's been authenticated multiple times, the oldest one.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's looking, so Deeds, the founder of Carillon Park, is looking for a locomotive of that vintage. He finds this one instead. But it wasn't until a little bit after that he finds it that he realizes, oh my gosh, we have.
Yeah,
this isn't just any locomotive. This is the oldest existing.
That's
American
amazing.
Built. So when the park opens, there's two. You have the world's first practical airplane.
Yeah,
perhaps the most important airplane in the world, and certainly what the Wright brothers thought was their most important aircraft. And then you have the oldest existing American-built locomotive.
That's amazing.
There are 8 attractions when the park opens.
Those are
two of them. That's right. That's amazing.
That
is amazing. Well, the idea that I had, because Leo, you asked if I was going to go, and I've got a lot of stuff going on this weekend, but I might be persuaded if there is a possibility that for just one, even if it's just a photo.
Can I run the train?
Can I play the engineer on the big train?
We'd be happy to have you do it. It's a little bit of a challenge climbing up into it, but it's totally cool.
I would do it.
Okay,
I would do it.
Yeah, well, we can totally do that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
we'll have to put you in a locomotive or engineer's hat.
Well, between now and Saturday, I'm going to have to find me a pair of engineer overalls. Yeah, I could do
some overalls and get you a little engineer's hat.
A little scarf.
Yeah. A train whistle.
Oh, yeah. See, that'd be great because my great grandfather was a conductor on the Chicago Loop.
Did not know that.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I got great pictures of him in his conductor's uniform, and
that's great.
It's so fascinating. So many people have never even been on a train, unless you live on the East Coast or something, or have traveled to Europe or something. So it's
very cool.
Yeah,
very cool. All right, hang tight. We got to do some commercials, and we'll be back, and we'll touch again on Railfest and give you all the details about what's going on this weekend.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Of course. The John Quincy Adams.
No, I didn't think he paid for it. If I remember correctly, it was like
Just donated.
Yeah.
And so he receives it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. And then how does he discover that?
Like, oh, okay.
I know, but
Yeah,
how does he
there.
discover that it's the oldest American built?
That comes about. I'm not even certain that. Well, I should say the park didn't really make a big deal about that from the beginning. For a long time,
Dennis is mentioning that the first self-starting car is there too.
Well,
Is
we
that-
have two examples of a 1912 Cadillac, which is the first car you could buy anywhere in America that had the self-starter on it. And we have an early Delco ignition and the self-starter on exhibit, but it's not the very first.
Oh, okay. Well,
but yeah, we do have two.
that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis, that's so fun. He's on with you. That he's a great.
Oh, every night he watches.
right?
Yeah, every
Oh.
night, every night for
Hardcore.
2 hours. Yeah.
If you could estimate how many listeners,
It's weird because
Or a
I would
range.
say during it fluctuates and it depends on the day of the week and it depends on the hour. I've seen it like right now it's only at 9, but I've had it up as high as 60. So it just kind of depends. Now, the thing that happens with my live stream or the stream itself is that many people watch it later, which I don't get, but they do
I've
because
done that.
I can see the stats. Like when I wake up the next morning or whatever, and I can look and see, there might be 1,500 views. Now, some of the views might be 10 seconds, but some of the views could be 10 minutes. It just really kind of depends on what,
But the show is the most popular show on HIO radio right now, isn't it?
in one of the last ratings periods, I will say this was in the last fall. I had the number one, the highest rated talk show of all of them. All the syndicated and in a specific demographic.
Correct.
The demographic that we shoot for, the 25 to 54.
Interesting.
But again, it fluctuates. And so much of it depends on, well, I won't get all of it, but it there's a lot of variables.
Sure.
So yeah, but the show's doing very, very well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Really. We were looking at some WHIO images the other day for this exhibit we're working on about Governor Cox.
Mhm.
And I just happened to think of when you were talking about talk shows. And you maybe you've seen the image, but there are all these men standing in suits in front of the WHIO building on Wilmington Avenue.
Mhm.
One of them is Phil Donahue.
Oh,
a young Phil
yeah,
Donahue.
yeah.
Anyway, it's just kind of fun.
Yeah. I would assume you guys have you've got pictures and portraits of Cox, right?
We got lots of good photographs of him, but we really don't have much in the way of three-dimensional artifacts. We were even thinking, we have photos of all the exhibit that's here in this building, and like they have that rowing machine that Governor Cox used.
Yeah.
You maybe walked past it. It's like I think it's bolted up on the wall. Like that's about it. I mean, there aren't a lot of like artifacts. A lot of them are in Atlanta.
You know what we have, and there could be conversations, I'm sure.
Okay.
We have the organ, the actual organ from the TV studio, the original WHIO TV studio.
Oh,
And they used to
really?
have an organ and they play music.
Yeah, in between shows.
And
stuff.
yeah, we've got the organ downstairs.
Well, that's
Yeah,
interesting. That
yeah.
might be something to-
We have a bunch of WHIO stuff. We had that meeting about trying to do something for the
90th
and
on
it
the
just,
radio.
I
That
just,
didn't go anywhere
it would, ugh.
I feel like
It was-
because he's a presidential candidate, there's got to be plenty of presidential, ephemera out there.
Yeah, again, I think there is. I think
Yeah, I've
Cox
seen
in
that.
Atlanta
I've like
has a lot of
buttons and stuff from
Yeah.
time to time, but
Got
Do
beaten
did
pretty
you ever
badly.
overlap here with one of the engineers was Tommy Collins or Tommy Burianic. Did you ever know that guy?
That's his son, Ian.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's Tommy Collins.
Oh.
And in fact, yes.
Is he listening to us right now?
I don't think Ian. No, he's not listening to us.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
He was worked as a guide at the park for years.
He was Orville. Didn't he dress as Orville?
He dressed as a man named Luther Beard. He maybe later did a little bit of Orville.
He did
on his
Orville.
own.
He did Orville too.
Yeah, but for us officially, he during this big 2003 flights and
Oh, here we go. Hang on real quick. Here we go. We're just gonna have probably a minute and a half, so we'll just hit the times and how you can get tickets and all that.
Pleasant Hill.
Rain comes later this week and a heat wave next week. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
I almost forgot what it was like to have fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're gonna have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just gonna wing it?
You know, I think I'm just gonna wing it.
Wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. It is Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. In the studio with me, Alex Heckman and Leo Deluca from Carillon Historical Park. Railfest is returning this weekend. And give me the times one more time, Alex.
It's Saturday from 9:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. And then on Sunday, we're there from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m.
So it's we've got tons of model railroad layouts. There's going to be vendors there and the
live steam
ballroom,
engines,
live
two
steam
train
engine.
ride experiences, the Carillon Park concert band.
Oh my
They'll play
gosh!
each day. We've got an indoor carousel that people may not know about. That will be
I've ridden
running all
that.
day long.
That's a lot of fun, and I might you might be able to work me into being an engineer for one of the runs.
That would be so much
And,
fun.
and
Let us
Todd
know.
Hollst as an engineer.
Oh,
all
come
aboard!
on. I would
all
love
aboard,
to
people.
do that. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you being on the show, and thank you for the wings from B-Dubs.
No problem.
Appreciate it. If you want more information on this or you need to get tickets, you can go to DaytonHistory.org, and the admission is the same as it normally is
All year long.
for the
Free
park.
for members. Great time to become a member.
Dayton History member, but otherwise it's very inexpensive. $10 for children ages 3 to 17 and $14 for adults. The seniors get a discount of $12.
Right. Cool. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Check it out. Railfest this weekend at Carillon. Don't forget you can get the podcast of this show at eveningedgetodd.com and many other podcast platforms. Have a terrific Wednesday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow just after 5 here on the Evening Edge.
So that's it?
I'm afraid so.
That was exciting.
But I've heard enough of this weird crap. We'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's all for tonight, folks.
All right, we'll see you next time.
So pull the plug already.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Be safe.